Gather around, everyone, make yourself comfortable. This is the Nordic Takedown episode 127. Today, it's me, Viktor, and Jonah hosting.
Hey guys.
And with us today, we have esteemed guest, newly crowned Galactic Champion, James Rimas, also known as JamesUgly. Welcome to the pod, James.
Hello, and thank you for inviting me on.
So honored to have you, man.
Oh, Victor, with that intro, I almost got like episode 4, the crown scene with the medals vibes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Going for the epic here. So we are so happy to have the Galactic Champion on today. So the episode is basically just going to be about that, and your way to the championship. Before we dive into the actual playing and getting that crown, James, where are you from, and like, what are you about?
So I'm from Toronto in Canada, and I've really been playing board games all my life. Not so much card games. This is actually my first proper TCG. I've played a bit of Arkham Horror before, but not much. Mostly just this is my first real card game. But I've been playing card games really since I was like 4 or 5 years old, or board games I should say, since I was 4 or 5 years old. I really grew up with it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, I mean, that's the best childhood I can remember, is playing board games with my friends and my family. So I understand that. How did you eventually find your way to Star Wars Unlimited?
Well, essentially, my father just wanted an easy game we could play. Like he was tired of playing like 20-hour war games. He was like, it's too much work. We could never actually just play them. So we wanted a nice quick game, like 15 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Star Wars can be that, depending on what deck choices you make.
Yeah.
So I've never seen any interviews with you leading up to this, but I have been following like how you've been dominating the scene over in Canada. Tell us a little bit about season 1 for you and the PQs, and how you came about to be in this position where you were qualified for the Galactic Championship.
Yeah, so I think I went to like maybe about 10 PQs around that, maybe a little more. I think I won a fairly high percentage of them. I believe I won like 6 of them, let's say.
Damn.
What was the first set in Legends of the Force? I went to 2 PQs. One was actually in Rochester. I didn't quite win. I was finalist. I lost to a Sabine UCL in the finals. Wasn't able to draw my chart. It says Han 2 blue. Not won the whole match. Then I actually won a PQ with Han 1 blue this time, post Force Throw ban, of course, and that was also in Toronto. Then in Secrets of Power, I switched gears a little. I wasn't sure what to play, so I ended up playing Palpatine Yellow, which I really loved. I went to 3 PQs with it. I won 2, and I was the finalist in the third.
Nice.
Then in Lawless Time, I think I did 2 Premier PQs. I think I did a couple other. 1 Limited, which I came top 4 in. 2 Eternal, which I won. I was with Django and Yoda Red Force. But the 2 Premier PQs I did were with Lando Lake Country, which at the time was actually a new deck. The first PQ I won it. I think I was the first person to win with Lando Lake Country.
Cool.
And then, of course, Ben's Ashes, I won the Galactic Championship.
Yeah, of course. Would you say that there is a certain kind of deck that you gravitate to, or is it just anything that's good?
Like, you'll notice a lot of those were cunning decks. I do kind of like cunning decks, but I'm also not a big fan of aggro. Like, to me, I feel cheated when the game ends before, like, Resource 10.
Yeah.
So your dad's 15-minute games be damned. You want to play for it.
15 minutes per game.
I'm curious because you said your dad introduced you to Star Wars Unlimited. Is he a Star Wars fan? And are you a Star Wars fan?
Yeah, we're pretty big Star Wars fans.
Nice. So did you watch Clone Wars and that kind of stuff growing up?
Yeah, many times.
Nice.
Now, along the way, you came to be part of the KTOD competitive team. How did that come about, and how was it for you?
Yeah, so it came about one time I was just randomly playing online, and I ran into Mike Jemmy, and then he asked He messaged me and said, "Do you want to play in future?" And so in the mornings, I think we would play. And eventually, I got ready to do some testing. I think they'd seen I done pretty well, and they wanted some new people on the team. They were getting a lot of kids. Like they got I don't know if you know him, Tim from
Yeah.
Germany, and Jonah, another
Yeah,
Jonah from
Jonah
Germany.
Rose as well. Yeah. So you three guys joined about the same time, or?
They were a little before me, I think, maybe a month or two.
All right.
I was
Yeah.
testing with them before I officially joined fully. I was just for Galactics
Yeah.
because I didn't really have much to test with for Galactics.
How does it feel to be part of that team? Like it's got to be one of the most competitive teams in the scene, with some of the very best players in the world, and obviously now you. How does it feel to be part of that, and how do you think it's affected you?
Like I think it's really dramatically increased my gameplay. Like it's really cool, like playing against other really good players, right? Who are equal skill level, I would say. It's really good. I think my play has increased dramatically since I joined the team.
What do you think is like the main difference between going it alone and being part of a really serious team like that for you?
But when you're part of a serious team, you can like really focus on specific matchups, right? And it's the time you spend. You don't necessarily spend more time. You actually a lot of times spend less time on the game, but the time you spend is a lot more important. It's not just like aimlessly playing against random people. It's specifically testing this matchup, finding what wins and what loses, right?
Quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good point, that when you have a deck, you have a feel for it and you know where you're most uncertain, and you can focus on actually exploring those, getting more comfortable where you're uncomfortable, instead of just doing the same thing you've been doing, randomly playing online. So that's high quality.
That does bring us into the topic of prepping for Galactics, because you kind of joined KTOD as you were starting to gear up that prep, right?
Yeah, I think that's why I initially joined. Yeah.
Yeah. So how early were you locking in on a deck, and what did you have to do to get ready for Galactics, do you think?
I would say I locked in on CAD Blue fairly early. Like it was probably a few weeks before it. Like I was trying other stuff too, but in my mind I knew I was only ever going to play CAD Blue. I think I was the only person to do that on the team though. Everyone else was thinking what can beat CAD Blue, right? Eventually, slowly they all eventually came into CAD pretty much, but it took a while.
What is it about the CAD deck in your testing that made you so certain that this is my deck?
Yeah, it didn't seem to have any like blaring weaknesses. We're even seeing that now. It has a lot of 60% matchups. There's nothing that's bad really. Like there's maybe 2 decks that are bad, and even those aren't that bad. It's also, as I said, it's kind of like my style of gameplay. It's not too slow, like it's not hard control, but it's also not like a fast deck. You're never gonna win like super early in the game. You get to play the game.
Yeah.
You get to interact, which has been sorely missing since rotation. So that's appealing to me anyway. Is it the cards in the deck, or is it the leader that makes the deck, do you think?
Like it's both, of course. I don't think any other blue-red villain decks are like that good. Like Dedra maybe, but not really. It's mostly just CAD. The ability is so powerful, but at the same time, you have amazing cards like Chimera and Previsla, like the top end, and then like Merrick. Your early Sentinels are just incredible. So it's a combination, of course, like every deck. It's not just the leader, and it's not just the cards.
Yeah. Uh, there have been quite a lot of talk about maybe CAD should be banned, or we need something to happen here. What do you think happens to this archetype if CAD gets banned or somehow restricted? Is it dead, or does it just switch? Is the card pool strong enough to carry with another leader or a nerfed leader?
Yeah, like I think it could just. I think it will get banned probably this week. It could be either this week or post sectors probably. I think this week, but it like I think it will just shift over, right? There's other great like force options, Talzin and Maul, and I think they'll actually be fairly balanced. Like the cards are still there, and they were already decent decks beforehand, but they won't be so good into space. The problem with CAD is that the deck that we've built is pretty good into space. It doesn't have that blaring weakness like other force decks will, right? Especially Maul, I don't see doing much into like Boba.
Yeah, no, that's been a concern of mine as well. Like if they ban CAD, they need to do something maybe about Boba as well, or possibly Vader as well. But yeah, if you think about like prep as getting mentally ready, was there something that you did other than just practice game build deck?
Yeah, well, I have to thank my father a lot for that. He was really trying to get me what's the word? My expectations quite low, right? Like,
Mm.
it's not good to go into a tournament thinking I'm going to do great. I'm going to do great. No, you have to be happy with how you do, right? Like I was like make day 2. That was my whole goal. I didn't even want to like top 8. That wasn't even like a thought for me. It was just make day 2. That's the goal. And then
Yeah.
after that, I was like, oh, okay, maybe I can top 8. That would be great. And I was like, oh, maybe I can win the tournament, right? Just take it one step at a time.
How far ahead did you travel into Las Vegas? Did you stay close to the venue? Were you maybe you got a free ticket to the Venetian? Or did you have that many points?
Yeah, I was 17th on the leaderboard, so I got a free ticket. I actually stayed in the Venetian. It was pretty close to the venue, which was nice.
Yeah,
Actually, the
yeah,
Palazzo, I should say.
yeah. Our one of our guys got a room last year, and it those rooms are nice. How far ahead did you have to come in? It's kind of like not like for us with a half a day time zone change, but still time zone change. Did the whole travel and get ready tax you any?
Yeah, it was a bit taxing. Like the time zone change. Like I was waking up at like 4 o'clock in the morning in Las Vegas time, and I was like exhausted at 9 o'clock. And then we were practicing late, and I was like, I want to go to
Mm.
sleep. But yeah, so I think I came in on Wednesday. I did a bit of draft prep on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Um, so yeah, 3 days early before the main event.
Hmm.
Yeah. Draft prep. That's something that changed from last year, right? Having more draft in the event.
Yeah, there was
How's
none last year.
yeah? How's
How,
that
how
for
did
you?
how did you feel about that?
Yeah, so I would say like a few months ago, actually it was at the limited PQ, I was quite bad at draft. I was a terrible drafter. Like I have some decent game intuition, so I was okay, but I wasn't great. I didn't really know the formulas of it. But actually joining KTOD, I think that's the thing I improved the most at is draft prep. Like we were drafting a couple times a week, and it really just helped me. I think it's one of my strongest formats now. I did really well.
Really? That drastic a
That's cool.
change. Wow. What do you think was the most crucial thing to unlock for you? Was it like the knowledge of the set, or was there something else that really had to click for you?
But yeah, to some extent, knowledge of the set, but honestly, it was just basic draft principles. Like, I know Mike talks about drafting a triangle, which is like even just your curve, your basic curve, not even just drafting the best cards, but drafting cards so you have enough 2 drops, you have enough 3 drops. I didn't even know these basic principles. I didn't know the counts you were looking for. Like, I thought 4 2 drops was enough before. I was not good at drafting.
Yeah, I guess that helps. How different do you feel that the actual play is then afterwards? Is it like the same principles apply, or do you have to change your mindset when you're playing a drafted deck? Do you feel?
No, you're doing it like prep, right? Like actually, the 2 decks I drafted, I prepared heavily for. Like they were the 2 main archetypes, Cad Blue and Ezra Yellow. It was pretty easy to build those draft decks. Like they kind of came together. It's not like I had to throw something like a Sabine deck or a Balin deck or something. Balin's quite good, or a Shin deck. Like those are B tier decks or A tier decks even. But Ezra and Cad are the best 2 decks, and I unfortunately got them. So it was I prepared similar decks like that.
All right. So you felt very comfortable once you get playing.
Yeah.
If you go through like the day one of the tournament with 3 rounds, a draft and 3 rounds, and then 5 rounds of Swiss, right?
Yeah.
How did you feel? Were there any memorable plays or something that stood out to you?
Yeah, I remember in one of my draft games, actually the first game of the day, it was a really tough game. Like he was on Balin Red. The first game I had, it was the second game. Like I felt like I had him. I had a really good start, but then he had, I think it was Ninth Sister. He had some big bombs. He had the Morgan Elsbeth. And he was
Ooh.
just coming back. I almost had him on base. No, he almost had me actually. I was getting in control of the board somehow. But I just needed to. Oh no, yeah, I just needed to somehow control him, right? Just so I could push the last bit of damage. I think. So I found there was one play. Fortunately, I put far and away out of aspect in my CAD deck, so I was able to bounce my Sentinel and then replay it to stop his Naim's sister from swinging to kill me, right? Because Naim's sister swings for 8. It actually won me the game. And I think if I'd done anything else, it would have lost me that game. So it just shows you. Sometimes really think. I must have thought for like 5 minutes about that one play. Just think, take your time and think for about one play. It can be really important.
Yeah, I mean, usually you do have more time than you think. So do take your time and don't rush it. Yeah. Was there anything about when you got into the premier part? Was there anything about your deck that you felt like was crucial? Some component or some choice you made that really turned out to be the winning thing for you?
Like I would say some of the bigger 3-drops. Like I played a few mirrors. I think I played 3 mirrors over the course of the day. And actually in round 4 I played a mirror and that really helped me. I think also into like Krennic was nice.
Were there any matchups that you felt were really rough for you that could have gone the other way?
Yeah, so Boba is really tough. We determined that in testing. It was really bad. It was one of the few matchups that had a positive win rate into CAD, which is tough, especially since like our Boba deck was fairly unrefined. None of us were really Boba players, so it was like, if we can beat CAD with Boba, what are real Boba players gonna do? But yeah. Also, Krennic. The Krennic game I played was really close. I thought I was losing it since I missed my turn 1, but I was able to just squeak it through. She didn't have a lot of ramp, I should say.
So that made it not too comfortable for you then in the final against that very Boba deck then. But were there any significant change for you moving from day 1 into day 2?
Not too much. Like in some ways, honest, like I didn't actually lose in day 2. In some ways, it wasn't that bad. Like the draft was okay. I did play some really good players. Like I played Zimkwende, Mihal. I played some other good players in draft, and then I played only one round of Premier on the second day. I played in the mirror, which was really tough. Tough mirror. I only won 2-1.
You did play Kunde, right?
I played him 3 times throughout the tournament, and we only lost to each other. I beat him twice. I beat him in the top 8, or top 4, I should say, and he beat me once in Premier round 8. He beat me, and I beat him once in draft. So we actually played, as I said, 3 times.
Wow. Did you guys prep together as well?
Yeah, we were prepping. Actually, he wanted onboarding before the tournament, which I had forgotten to do. So it was like round 8 was like, okay, it's my time to teach you how to play the deck, because he was recently on it. He was trying to build more interesting stuff than CAD Blue. Like he was on some really Llama Su. He loved Llama Su.
Wow, that's super cool. Now, once, because you could draw your way into Top Cut, right?
Yeah, so it was actually in round 12. I was going to draw, but my opponent wasn't sure, so we just played it out. Like that's always the best policy. If you're ever not sure, just play it out. The
Right.
worst thing is drawing to deny yourself. That's happened to me before, where I asked one of my opponents for a draw, and ultimately he won his next game and still didn't make it in. I felt quite bad. Like that's going to happen, but try to avoid that if you can.
Yeah. But then for the last 13th round, you could draw, right?
Yeah. And actually, it was against another Canadian, which was nice.
Oh, okay, nice. So how did it feel once you realized that I'm in the Top Cut?
Yeah, it was like a relief, right? And even going around 12, I knew if I lost, there's a chance the next guy I play can also not draw, so I might have to play round 13. There's actually a real chance I don't make it in. But once I won round 12, it was a huge relief. I knew I was in. It was like, I've already met my huge achievement. If I lose in the top cut, which I actually thought was probable, like Vader and that Lando Blue deck also seemed like really bad matchups, and I did end up playing the Lando Blue. So I was like, okay, at least I've made top cut. That's the goal. Beyond my goal has been achieved.
Yeah. Now, the Lando Blue deck, that was the Eclipse team deck, right?
Yeah. Like I actually was building a similar deck when I was testing. I don't know why I abandoned it. I think I just wanted to focus in on CAD. But it was certainly a deck that showed some promise, and they did a really good job building it. Their deck is really smooth. It's a good deck for sure. I would have been scared to play it, although I don't think it's a lost match for sure. But I would rather not play it.
You were happy to see the Vader have to handle it.
Yeah, at least I know Vader. I haven't played against it much with CAD ever, actually, I think.
No, yeah. And then you faced the Mirror with Kunde in top 4.
Yeah, like I think the mirror's always tough. Like it's pretty much just whoever draws more Koskas, right?
Right.
And whoever draws like the perfect 3-drop. There's a lot of situations. I think one game I just had a better turn to play. I played Ogdo, he played like a 2-drop or something. I was just ahead at that stage. It's hard. The mirror is really tricky.
How much do you think like initiative matters in that matchup?
It doesn't really matter. Like you always give your opponent initiative,
Right.
just so you have the power to either claim and then play like an Ogdo, or just to pass and then, or then to play. So you'd rather they start an initiative because you're technically slightly favored, because then you can ping their 2-drop and then play your 2-drop. But it doesn't really matter either way.
It's not that bad if you were stuck on the initiative instead.
Yeah, it's fine. You can just pass if you really don't like it, or just play. You're not that behind.
Yeah, gotcha. Now, is there any situation in the top cut that really stuck to your mind for that top 8 or top 4 match?
Yeah, well, against the Vader, I actually made a misplay game 1 against the Vader. I shouldn't have played. I think on initiative I played an Onyx tie, which is a huge mistake against Vader. I knew this, but I did it anyways. And then he of course plays the 2-3 ambush, and now I'm just in a really bad spot. Like then he follows up with Victor Leader, and I have no way of killing the Victor Leader. He actually I play at 000. He next turn hold requesting as my 000 takes my IG, and the game's like kind of over at that stage. I have no way of interacting with his space board. Whereas if I just pass there, I think I'm ahead. I can just now kill his Onyx. Or I could kill his 2-3 ambush guy with my Onyx. He has to play it anyways, and I'm in a really good spot there.
Right. So that was like a play you were really aware of, but you misplayed it somehow.
Yeah, well, like after a long tournament,
Yeah.
you're under a lot of stress. You make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. I think it's just happened, right? Star Wars is a game of endurance. You have to be able to sustain throughout the tournament, which I'm actually not good at it, right? Like I was at the end of the tournament, like I felt like I was like feeling faint. I could barely stand.
Yeah. Is there anything that you do to sort of mitigate for that drain of energy? Do you like take a breather between rounds? Do you eat anything? Is there any way to sustain yourself?
Yeah, so I often have a couple rounds of rest at the PQs. I think most PQs I go to, I have 2 ID rounds. So I typically do get a pretty big breather. I would say the most important thing for me in particular is eating like between every round, right? You have to remember a lot of time tournaments are starting around lunchtime, so you kind of have to eat after round 1 or round 2. You can't leave it to round 4 because then you already feel kind of sick. At least I feel kind of sick whenever I go to tournaments. So yeah, I have to eat ideally between every round or every couple rounds, and can't just get like focused on play, which is why I shouldn't play hard control because then I'll never have any time to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. And then they are in the final against Boba. uh, what went through your mind as you were sitting down there?
It was obviously a bad matchup, but I was also really well prepared for it. Like this is a matchup I'd played probably about 100 times, right? Both sides, mostly Boba actually. K2D people pinned me down as a Boba player for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. I guess they never play Boba, so they think anyone who's not on K2D is always playing Boba. But yeah, I played a lot that matchup. I knew it really well, and it was for sure scary, but it was a known evil at least.
Was there any key moments for you in the final? Anything where you like, this is how I get it. This is now I get it.
Well, I would say one of the most key moments of the final match is looking at his deck list and seeing no main deck upgrade removal. I know now I'm just hard mulliganing for Condemn and I'm good, right? I can just condemn his leader and he doesn't have much of a chance. Like it's a 3-cost Rival's Fall in that spot. I knew there was some upgrade hate sideboard, but I knew main first game I probably would just win because of that, which I did.
Um, and so you hard mulligan for your condemns, and then that's just now on golden.
Yeah, like of course if I had a really good hand, I didn't have a really good hand, so I did mulligan, but if I had an amazing hand, I'd be okay. But in general, in that matchup, you don't have to play to space. Like it's fairly forgiving. It's not like the other space matchups. It's nice too. I think I did in the first game. I had a good hand other than the condemn. But if you miss a couple, you're okay. It's like as long as you have one space or one or two in the first few turns, you're probably okay. It's not like Vader where you need to play every turn to space to do well.
Yeah, yeah. And well, yeah, it did go the full length though. No, let me remember right. No, you had some time to spare actually. Well, how exhausted were you afterwards, and what went through your mind when you finished it?
It didn't quite sink in, honestly. It didn't feel that different from winning a PQ. I guess it was a 2-day event, so it was like almost like it hadn't sunk in. I think it sunk in when I went to the hotel room after, and I was like, I won the Galactic Championship, right? It's a bunch of flashing light or a bunch of bright lights. It was yeah. Again, I felt really faint. I wasn't really thinking quite clearly, so I don't know how I was playing Star Wars. I guess I'm good at that, but
I mean, they didn't help you because there was no winner interview, no celebration on the stage. How awkward was the whole situation with their sort of stream thing? Did you get to celebrate after the stream on stage? Were there anything going on?
yeah. So they did a lot of like coverage things. Like they did get me to hold up the trophy a lot, and like that was kind of awkward. Like I actually took a team photo. I don't know where that is now. I did do a lot of these things, but I think in the end only a couple of the photos and I got posted. I think an interview parts of the interview they wrote down. But yeah, for the most part it was a little awkward. I'm sure they're happy a kid won, but I'm sure in other ways they're like maybe it would have been better if Cody'd taken it so we could have interviewed him.
uh, well, I mean, what's the reasoning they gave you? I mean, obviously because you're a minor, but how did they explain that to you? Why that matters? Because it truly would not matter in Europe. Like you've been on the cameras here.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it has something to do with Disney. I think there were some Disney representatives there and they were not happy about it.
Mm.
Um yeah, like my father gave permission, I would have been fine doing it. It's just that in the end I didn't.
Oh, your
They probably just wanted to be safe, right? Make sure they don't get sued or anything. It's fine.
but your dad wasn't present, so he couldn't give permission.
No, he was there. He did give permission actually.
Oh, and that wasn't enough for them.
I guess not.
Wow. Yeah, that's interesting.
But I guess the win kind of sank in once you got all of those showcases.
Yeah, I know. I got like two big long boxes of showcases that it was I was like, what? 100 showcases?
Crazy.
What would you say was the best of the prize support? What do you treasure the most?
Well, like I would say the champion card is obviously the best. Like I'm not keeping that. But I would say the thing I'm keeping is the trophy, a signed showcase I'm keeping, and I'm keeping the mat. I'm keeping the champion mat, as I figure it's probably not like that much. It's a nice thing to keep.
Yeah, I'd keep those as well.
Really cool memorabilia.
Yeah. So moving on then into season 2 now. What's next for you? You're still with KTOD, I suppose. It wasn't just a one-time thing, right?
Yeah. I'm a permanent member of the team now. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're probably happy about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should be.
Tell me at the right time.
So what's going on now? What's up next? What are you prepping for anything already, or are you just taking a breather from the game?
Like I should begin prepping. I've been taking a bit of a breather over the last couple days, but I should be getting prepped. I'm going to Indianapolis. That's my next event. The sector there, and it might be true. I should definitely prep. I don't think there's that much K2D going there. I think it might only be me and John. Maybe a couple others as well. But
All right. So correct me if I'm wrong here, but the Galactics were your first major tournament, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How come you didn't go for any of the previous sectors or regionals? How come this was the first one?
I thought about it. Like we're not really in driving distance of any. I think we were gonna go to Minneapolis. I think it was.
Yeah.
I forget. No, Milwaukee. We were gonna go to Milwaukee, but then it was in the winter when we were worried about the snow, so we canceled it. And we don't really want to fly anywhere. Like it's kind of expensive to fly a bunch of places. We were going to, and I think this season we're going to go to a couple sectors at least. But it just I was already qualified, so I was like, well, I'll just go to Galactics.
Didn't have to go.
How is it for the PQs? Do you have many in driving distance there, or?
Yeah, Toronto's actually has a lot of PQs. We have maybe like a few a season, 2 in Toronto, and then couple more in driving distance.
Nice.
We don't even have to stay overnight. It's actually quite good in Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah, and northern US have a few that would be kind of driving distance for you, right?
Yeah, like we have one in Rochester. Unfortunately, we're missing it this season, but we typically go to Rochester. Really nice store there.
Yeah, I think I called one of your games there when I was casting that. But yeah, but Rochester would be the closest one then, I guess. Yeah.
Or Buffalo. There's some in Buffalo.
But will you still go to all the PQs you can go to, or is it like, nah, I'm qualified now, I'll take it easy?
Well, I'm qualified, but I'm not top 32 yet.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, they've kind of made it so PQs aren't that valuable in terms of points. But of course, I enjoy playing the game too. I still want to go, but it's not like a pressing priority anymore. I
Yeah.
don't need to go. Like, I can miss a couple. I'm gonna miss a couple. I'm on the different vacations, so over the next couple weeks. So it's okay though.
Yeah, I think Betten did the same last year. That he was just PQs were just for fun, and the majors where it was actually trying to do well. So what are your expectations for indie? Are you kind of betting on CAD being banned and prepping other things, or how do you hedge your bets going forward right now?
Yeah, like I know CAD pretty well. There's a couple matchups. Really, the Lando Blue matchup I'd like to look into. Right, maybe bringing some more answers for that into that matchup. But overall, I'm kind of prepared for it to get banned. It wouldn't surprise me either way. Like it is tough banning something on what 2 weeks evidence, but I hope they've been prepared for this. Like people have been testing for CAD for probably about a month now. It's not a new thing, even though we've only had 2 weeks of tournaments. People have known it's gonna be the best deck, and despite all this prep for it, it's still the best deck. I expect it to get banned. But yeah, of
Yeah.
course. I'm also gonna look into a couple other decks that are reasonable alternatives. Maybe another deck like it, like Maul or something like that. Maybe like Krennic's an interesting. Maybe even like a Lando deck, and of course other things too. I'm always looking for something to play.
When you've been playing with the new set, has there been a deck that's been like, oh, this is so fun, but it's not really good enough for me to focus on it?
Yeah, so actually yesterday I went to a local tournament. I was playing Bail Organa Blue, which is a really fun deck, like plotting a lot, and then you discard
Okay.
villain. Like you play plot Palpatine in there, so you just discard it, and then you play Anakin. It's a lot of fun, but
Cool.
unfortunately, it's just a worse version of Ahsoka. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it can be somewhat explosive though on the plot turn when you flip.
yeah, Ahsoka. But Bail Blue, you have multiple plot turns, right? Like ideally, you're plotting at 4, you're plotting at like some 6, some 7. Also, I have a spicy inclusion of 1 in a million, so really good for taking out chimeras. Right on the 7 flip turn, they play a chimera. You flip your Bail. You'll catch them off guard, kill their chimera for 1 cost.
Nice.
That's pretty sweet. Yeah. Now, as this season go on now, do you think that you will be more active in content with KTOD, or is it just business as usual for you?
Yeah, like I'll see whatever they want. I'm not too determined either way. Like I do have a lot of time being a kid. Although this is my grade 12 year, I have to do a lot of schoolwork this year as well. I'm certainly going to come out to a lot more tournaments this year, right? We have some money we've made from this, so we can go to more tournaments now. Like we can fly a couple tournaments a year. Obviously, again, school's a big limiting factor. I can't just like take off 3 days here and there, but a day or two is probably okay.
Yeah. I mean, are you already looking forward to next year's Galactics with Anaheim and all that, or is it just that so far away?
Yeah, like it's really cool. I don't love that it's in May, so I have to miss the 3 days of school or 4 days. If you want to stay in Disney for an extra day, it'd be nice if it were like a little closer. Or well, it's better than Las Vegas, I guess. But I know I do like Disney. I just don't like it that it's in May. But it's okay. Like I can. That's the days I'll take off school for sure. Hopefully, I'll be accepted into university or something by then, so it won't really matter. But we'll see. I'm definitely looking forward to that. But I'm gonna play some other events too for sure.
it kind of feels like maybe, because this feels like a Disney putting their finger on the scales here, moving it to Disneyland and all that. And maybe if you're going to be a little bit conspiratorial here, they want less kids in it, so they moved it up to May. I don't think that.
And less teachers.
Yeah, because I'm a teacher, so I'm gonna be having a harder time getting there, and I bet Mike and Justin as well. That
We actually have, I think, 4 teachers on our team. Like, there's teachers and kids are the only people who play Star Wars cards.
It looks like. So, what else is on your radar now? You didn't hop on the other Riftbound craze that some of the KTOD guys went on. You use Star Wars now, or is there anything else that you're looking at?
Like, I hope to play Star Wars as long as I can. Like, obviously, I don't know if I'll hold on. Like, there's a chance the game at some point will die off, right? That's eventually going to happen. It pretty much happens with every card game, but I'm hoping it'll be another few years. And until then, I want to keep playing Star Wars. I think Mike was telling me, James, you should quit this game and play a game you can actually make real money playing. But no, I like Star Wars. It's a good game, and I'm not bad at it.
It's for the love of the game more than the money. Then, yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, I don't think you can go pro here, really. Have you considered doing something like what Wu is doing, or some of the other guys with your own kind of Patreon or something, or just to support the habit, if you will?
No, I'm not that kind of person. I don't mind helping them out a little if they want it, but I'm not going to do my own thing now, for sure not.
All right, yeah. It's been so great talking to you, and I'm so stoked that we have a younger generation not only coming into the game but really putting like their print on the game. Now, 3 of you guys are on KTOD after Tim and Jonah have been on other teams before. Jonah used to represent Two Moons, and Tim was on Enigma. It looks like you're all flocking to KTOD now. Is there anything special about KTOD that sort of attracts you?
Well, it's nice. Like, I do like kind of being able to do my own thing. Like, that's, I know some other teams are more like do this, but KTOD really doesn't restrict. Like, even like last minute, I made a decision to change. I got rid of, I put 2 Condemns main deck, and they were actually encouraging me to do it, which, something they all hate. They all hate Condemn, and I'm like, okay, I'll play 2 Condemns main, and they're like, okay, last minute, they encouraged me, right? Which I like that environment.
Last minute changes are key. You can't go to a tournament without some last minute changes.
Is there any chance that we will see you in the regionals in Europe in October?
Yeah, I unfortunately I don't think so. I was talking it over with my father. I don't think it's reasonable. I'd have to miss at least 3 days of school, and then the jet lag. It'll be tough for me, for sure. I wish I could, but unfortunately not this regional. Maybe I'll see like maybe a sector from Europe. I would like to come to Europe and play something, but unfortunately that's too soon, and I'd have to miss too much school.
Yeah, I'll bet. Well, I mean, if I do see you at a tournament eventually, I'd be very happy to say hi. But any closing words you want to part our listeners with?
Yeah, just thanks for having me on. Galactic was a really good time. I hope if any of you have been on Galactic or went to Galactics, I'm sure you had a good time too. It was, from my perspective, a really well run tournament and a good time, even if you weren't a competitor.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I think with that, we thank everyone for listening, and may the force be with you.
Thanks for joining.